I'm Dalila. Welcome.
Hey everyone, so I've washed my hair and I put a little bit, like literally only about 6 drops of jojoba oil throughout my hair, and I have detangled it with my wide tooth comb. I'm going to be doing a voiceover, so I won't be sharing this way anymore.
So as you can see, I have combed out my hair. It had a long layer cut probably maybe 6 months ago. And I'm detangling it when I flip it over to really ensure that when I do the unicorn cut, there are no bumps. So we are just calling it this unicorn cut, I believe, because when you tie your scrunchie or elastic, whatever you call it, you kind of make yourself look like a unicorn. So you just want to really ensure there are no bumps. I'm using a fine comb that I really love. Not comb, I apologize, brush, because it really flattens out my hair when I want to do a really pretty bun. So I figured this would be useful for my unicorn cut as well. And really trying to make sure there's no bumps to the best of your ability. That's why you really want your hair to be super detangled. So then you're going to tightly tie your hair at the middle of your forehead to resemble a unicorn. And you want to detangle it again. I'm laughing at my faces. You probably want to be more gentle than me. I was holding on really tight, so I didn't feel it. But now I'm just making sure it's super detangled. You can see my layers. You can probably see my split ends. I didn't cut off that much this time. So I'm just making sure it's as straight as possible. And I was about to cut it, but then I realized, uh-oh, I missed a step. So I went and tied my elastic band, or my scrunchie really. It's typically what I call it. And I wrapped it around the end towards where I was going to trim. I probably could have trimmed a lot more, but I decided not to because this was my first time ever doing it. And I was pretty nervous, honestly. So I'm trying to get comfortable with the cutting shears. I'm not used to it, as you can tell. And you're just going to cut directly horizontally across. And I'm trying to make sure I like where I'm cutting it. So I chopped it off, and I know it's not going to be the super even cut because my hair was layered and I probably should have took off more. But I said this is okay for now, and then to take some weight off so my cut wouldn't be super choppy looking, I'm cutting it vertically. It's funny because I used to love watching stylists do this, and now I'm doing it. But remember, I'm not a stylist, so please do this at your own discretion. Just comb it out. Check if you want to cut it a bit more vertically to really make sure you take that weight off so it doesn't look super choppy. You probably want to do it a little bit nicer than I am. I'm getting accustomed to the scissors, so now I know better. And you're going to take it out. And you really only want to cut off a little bit because when you cut it off, it can't come back. So if it's your first try, I really suggest cutting as much as I did or a little bit less. I'm brushing it out with my fingers. And as you can see, I need to wax my armpits, but quarantine has not allowed that. And I refuse to shave because I just feel it's better to wax because it grows back less. And I don't like mutilating myself with the razor there because it grows back so soon. So it is in this video to capture all my quarantine woes. All right, now I have parted it near the ears. I obviously can improve this. So next time I definitely think I'll take my time. I am not wearing my contacts, so I was doing a lot of this without my glasses. I'm pretty nearsighted, so I felt okay doing it, but I definitely look forward to having my contacts the next time I do this cut so I can pay attention better to my parts and feel it out better. But even though the part isn't perfect, I've saw in other videos that, you know, it will come out okay. Obviously, if you want an evener cut, you really want to make that part perfect. So I just have it tied back the rest. And I'm going to basically almost do everything I did in the first step. Detangle it again, and instead of cutting it horizontally, you're going to be cutting it diagonally. So after I've detangled it, you can see that I'm actually doing something different with my fingers, my 2 pointer fingers. I'm kind of flattening it vertically now in a vertical manner versus that horizontal manner. So when I cut it diagonally, it'll be a little bit easier. And you want to repeat that step of grabbing an elastic or a little scrunchie to really hold where you are going to cut near where you're going to cut. It really does make a difference, and I don't think you should miss that step. So now I have chosen where I will cut off. This is going to be my last big chop, we can say, or trim, really. It's just a trim. And I really wasn't comfortable with like doing this diagonal cut. It felt so awkward in my hand, so you're gonna see me struggle a little bit. When you do the diagonal cut, it really should be upwards if you're doing it, because you want the hairs towards your face to obviously those layers to really gently shape your face nicely. So this was where I was like, this is really hard. I am not a stylist, but I'm going to make this work. And I figured it out. I ended up having to cut it, like you'll see shortly. I'm going to touch that up a bit. And then you're going to see that I actually, go downwards now to make it really nice and diagonal. Because I really felt so awkward doing it the other way as a righty. So I'm cutting it vertically now to make sure that it's not this choppy cut and there's some weight taken off. And the results are soon. I was really happy with them for my first time. really like it. You can see my smirk. I'll get better. I think for the first cut, you can see the layers. It looks healthier.
Okay, so I have put a little bit of coconut oil in my hair. I am waiting for hair products, so I'm just working with what I got for now. I think it came out pretty good. I feel like the more I practice, I'll get better. And next time I really actually want to try to do the triple unicorn. I think this time I just felt like my part wasn't good enough. So I just did the double. But once I get better with my parts, I'm going to really try that. I think it looks healthier. And if I blow it out, I can like touch it up. But I probably won't. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Put my glasses on because I don't have any contacts during quarantine. So I really wanted to see far away like how it looks in the camera. And I hope you liked watching my real experience. For someone who has never done it before, you can do it too. Just do a little tiny bit. Thanks for watching. So this is about an hour after the curly cut with jojoba oil and coconut oil in my hair. And I just wanted to actually show you this final, kind of look before I braid it and go to sleep. Feel free to subscribe if you liked what you saw, and feel free to leave any comments or feedback, being that it was my first video. Thank you.